Hey guys, this is NHSDL6. Hello and welcome back to part 13 of Let's Play Fire Emblem. We're going to wrap up what we did not finish yet from the last chapter right now. Some interesting things, I guess, to talk about, although I don't deem them interesting myself. I figured I would bring them up. Halloween for me wasn't really anything significant. I didn't do anything. But aside from the fact that I didn't do anything, I recently have seen some pretty ridiculous costumes, especially here at my school, which makes me question the intelligence of humanity, or at least the shamelessness that most people around here exhibit. Some of the things that I've seen lately are pretty ridiculous. An example of which would be the lunch ladies, or I don't know if that's what you call them in college, the cafeteria staff, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. I call them lunch ladies. The lunch ladies here and what they decided to wear and how ridiculous some of their costumes were. There was one lady who was dressed up as like an army soldier. There was another lady who was dressed up as somebody who had just gotten out of the shower. Like she was wearing like a bathrobe and her hair was in one of those towels that girls when they put their hair up and stuff. And she had a rubber ducky, and it was just weird. I don't ever want to see something like that at my school. It actually made me not hungry that day, so I kind of wasted a meal. Because, that was, the side of, it's pretty, gross. Something else notable-ish was, I'm taking a communications class right now, because I'm minoring in communications. I'm majoring in cinema, and I think I told everybody that, but if I haven't told you, then I'm minoring in communications and majoring in cinema. And for those of you who want to criticize my choices, feel free, because I'll hate you. And so, anyway, so minoring in communications, majoring in cinema, and one of the interesting things is that my communications class, I guess communications, I've been told, is a standard major amongst athletes in schools. I can't make that generalization myself because I don't really know if that's true or not. Feel free to correct me if you are an athlete and you don't feel that is a relatively understandable assertion. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. No, but anyway, so yeah, I had to give a speech today in my communications class. We have to do impromptu speeches, which I'm sure most of you probably know what the word impromptu means. But for the few of you that don't, an impromptu speech is a speech where you're given a topic. Generally, it's something that is random, and the goal of it is to see if you've progressed in your ability to think off the top of your head, which in the communications business, it's known as speaking extemporaneously. It's a pretty huge word. You can look that up if you want to. All that is, like I said, speaking off the top of your head, or not having to use like notes or a manuscript to, I mean, you can use notes and speak extemporaneously, but like it's like pretty much the idea is that you don't write your speech out word for word, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's literally what it is, effectively. And I had to give a speech today of the impromptu variety, and my speech was, if you had to go to a sporting event at your school, think of a way to persuade people to go. And the reason why I bring this up, and it's funny to me, was because, I mean, just because of the topic that I got. So try to persuade people to come to a sporting event at your school. The sports at my school suck. I'm just going to be honest. The only thing that we're really known for, if we're known for much, is swimming. And that's, I mean, come on, that's lame. Sorry if I offended anybody who's a swimmer out there, but, you know, that's not a sport when, you know, when people hear about your school, like, oh man, I heard you guys have a really great swim team. You know, that's not the kind of appeal that most schools want to give off. But, so, I had to give a speech about that, obviously, and it was really funny because, in retrospect, giving a speech is important. One of the important aspects of giving a speech is to know your audience, and my audience at that time was the football team. So, effectively, my speech had to be built around the fact that if I said one wrong word, that they would kill me. But at the same time, it was also easy because, you know, they're fairly easy to persuade. All I had to say was, I love football, you love football, football's real good, and, you know, it was automatically acceptable. And I guess one kid right at the end of my speech was like, wow, that was great. And, of course, he was on the football team. But it was just so funny because, like, I wasn't really thinking about that as I was coming up with my speech. I wasn't thinking like, oh man, the football team's here, I'm going to talk about football. I mean, my favorite sport is football, and so it just kind of made sense for me to want to talk about that. And it was also coincidental that the football team is about maybe a third to two-thirds of my class, so that's kind of silly, funny. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. But other than that, effectively, nothing really interesting's been happening. Not yet, anyway. Okay, well, I've talked enough about not this game, so we're going to talk about this game and how we're going to finish this up. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet. It's going to take me a couple turns to get everybody in position. This guy has ranged weapons. I think I spoke about that last chapter. He has ranged weapons, and if I didn't, this is a first promoted enemy, and he has ranged weapons, so, you know, take somebody out there who's going to be able to take a hit. For example, we'll do this. Did I use nails this turn? Nope. And continue to use nails, because I think this is chapter 9, and so you only have a few more chapters left. I'm going to be using them a lot more than I probably should. If I don't get him to level 7 by the end of next chapter, then I'll probably off-screen him a bunch. Okay, here we go. General Wallace! Rah. I name you all traitors! Ah, miss. Okay, well, now he is now he has the hand axe, which is good, because I can use... Yeah, well... Yeah, that'll be fine. Bring forth the impostor causes of Lindis. She should not pass beyond this place. Draw your sword. I really would like a critical here. Nope, not gonna get it. Wop wop wop. Okay. Oh, now let's see who's the lowest level person I have. Sarah, Nils, Dorcas, Irk, Matthew. Let's see. And we can always rescue him if he doesn't succeed. Miss. Boom! Not a big deal. Even as a paladin, this guy's promoted. I mean, come on. His stats are garbage. You can even see that from there. Alright, so he's level 6, he's level 5. This Urk is our main man here. Come on. There we go. Go quickly to Marcus. He knows nothing of this. His life is... There's no illness, only poison. Please, Father Marcus. I love how they're all like on their death, but they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Your apologies are empty and foolish. Alright, so... Nothing left to do here. Just take our last Nils turn and have Lynn conquer the throne here, and we win. Yay! What kind of man was General Eagler? So this was Kane and... Or, dang it, I always do this. Sane and Kent's teacher. And they had to kill him, which is pretty sad, I guess. The final battle is approaching. It actually is. There you go, cutscene. Final one. How are you feeling today, my dear brother? Lundgren, you fiend. Your granddaughter is dead by now, and soon you will join her. This is like the Lion King with like Scar and Mufasa. Wow. But instead of Lynn, it's Simba. And there's no crazy monkey. Well, I guess there's a crazy monkey, that's what Wallace is. General Eagler has been defeated. Lynn and her band draw even nearer to Castle Caelan. Within the castle walls, Lynn's bitter enemy, Lundgren, awaits. A man who would kill his own kin for a throne. Sounds like Macbeth. He's the source of all her troubles. He must be stopped at all costs. Dun, 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 dun. Foreshadowing. Here we go, final chapter. Chapter 10, The Distant Plains. So tense. Oh, this chapter is great. Super fun. Okay, so we have to pass these mountains. Grandfather, I'll be with you soon. Yes. This is the chapter where you gotta go kind of balls out. Final test. Alright, and here it is. So we're just gonna go ahead and save, even though we've already done that. But anyway, I'm NHSCL6. Guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time for the final battle of Lynn's chapter. See ya.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.